Hey guys, I just wanted to inform you on the new system that we have for the lighting console and just help you go through the workflow of how you're going to be using the console to turn on the lights and turn off the lights and make the whole service nice and smooth. It looks roughly the same. There's going to be a few things different. We have all of these different faders now that are on the right side of the screen, and these are kind of your groups for adding or subtracting a certain element. So for example, the front line is going to take down the front line, the bump out's going to take out all the light around the sermon, where Merle's going to be standing on the like it says, the bump out. And then the house all is a little bit different. Right now I'm in the walk-in queue, but if I were to turn up this left fader right here, what it's going to do is it's going to turn up the house lights past whatever it usually is set at in the queue. This is pretty much making it twice as bright as what it would normally be at. And same thing goes for the other house all queue, but this one takes away from the house. So all in all, you need to have this right queue up to be able to see anything, because if you turn it all the way down and try turning the other one up, nothing's going to happen. So you need to make sure that whenever you come in the morning that these 4 faders are up, and the rest of them can they can move throughout the sermon or the message and through the rest of the morning, but you just need to make sure that they're up to start with. To go through some of our different looks, we have our walk-in queue, we have our worship queue, we have our hosts, our meet and greet, and sermon queue. They're kind of laid out in order so that we can get to them pretty easily. The walk-in queue is pretty simple. It's got a little bit of stage light, and it's got pretty dim, not too bright house lights. There's John right there. And if we switch to the worship queue, the way that we'd want to do that is we would press the play button and the release button at the same time, and that correlates with the buttons right here, the play and the release. So for example, if I'm going to play the worship queue and take out the if I'm going to release the walk out and walk in queue, I'm going to press the play button as I'm pressing the release button. So I'm going to press both of those, and then the stage should switch pretty nicely. The next thing with the worship queue, this is going to be your most diverse queue that you have on there because you have the most control on what it's doing. The best way to describe it is everything that's going through these left faders are basically going through the worship queue. So if you're not in the worship queue, these left faders aren't going to do anything for you. So the front truss obviously controls the front truss. The environment is going to be your next 2 trusses that aren't pointed at anybody. It's just pointed on the stage. Your back truss is everything on the back. And then we have our backline gobos, which is going to be everything pointed at the ceiling. Those are turned off right now. Then we have band lining, which is going to be everything that's set on like the drum set or any of the other risers. Along with that, we have our normal stuff that we've always had, which is our hazer, which to turn it on, you'd want to preheat it before the sermon or before the service, and you're going to press play to have it go slow or full, which for a typical service, you probably would start it at full just to get the room fully hazed up, and then you'd probably set it to slow or even off once you've gotten into it a little bit more. I don't know how long we're going to keep the trees up, but we still have a trees button, which that'll just, if you hit the play button, it should turn on the dimmers that are in the floor that they're plugged into. The next thing that we have right here is going to be our truss color. If I were to be in the worship queue and I turn up all of our trusses, there's a few different colors that we can set these lights to. So if you click the play button, you can get all kinds of different colors, and you can just cycle through them, or you can press the release button to go back to kind of a blank white color. The next thing that we have is a rehearsal queue. That's great if you need just something really quick. I think that goes over the majority of everything that's a little bit strange on this.